they don't care. They put letters in their barcodes. So that was a problem for many years, but QuickBooks fixed that. And what they did is they created something called ALU. The ALU it stands for alternate lookup. So here is where you can scan any barcode with letters in it. What it's basically saying is it's already in your system.
Okay.
Okay, but if it wasn't in the system, it would accept it.
Right.
All right. So
Okay.
this is where you put any, and you're gonna have. I've seen jewelry like this. I've seen like accessories like this with letters in them. Just make sure, because this is where you have to trigger in your mind. The president did say that, because that's probably gonna happen. You're probably gonna not be thinking about it until it comes up again. You're gonna be trying to put it there, and it's gonna be rejecting you, and you're probably gonna be like, "What is wrong with this thing?" Oh, you know what? I need to put it over here to ALU. And you also have a touch screen, okay? So you don't have to click everything.
Okay.
All right, so that's that. Reorder point is when you think you need to reorder this item. So it can be 1, it can be 0, whatever it is you put there is when it'll show up on your report, as in meaning that you need to order these because you're getting low on it, right? Right here's your vendor. You put your vendor in. Let's just say close this down. And everything else is pretty much the same. Everything else is standard. You don't have to worry about anything.
Okay.
It's just these areas that I showed you.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Now, just a quick trick just to show you how I keep things uniform. Like right here, you see all this Duke stuff? If I was to get a new Duke product that was not in our database, I would find Duke stuff, click on it, and then hit copy. And once you hit copy, the only thing you're changing are whatever those little things are.
Right.
Okay? The reason I do that is because I try to keep everything uniform instead of having it all over the place. Because you may not remember the style that you had your Duke stuff, and then you type, if you're doing an ad without copying, by the end of the day, now it's starting to look, all your Duke stuff is all over the place.
Right.
Because I want to make it where if I sort by item name, all my Duke stuff is together. Because it's all, listed out the same. And in addition to that, fields are pre-filled, like chemicals, the vendor, cost, that kind of stuff is pre-filled as well. The only thing you're really changing are some very nominal things, quantity, barcode, size, and maybe the description if they have to. Okay, so that's just one little tip for you to know. I always hit copy when it's something that I'm adding to the family. Okay, all right. So let's see. So this is just your inventory. How you play around in your inventory. I'll go back to home so you can see all what's going on. Receive items. So receiving items. This is where you receive shipments. Okay, so you can only receive what's already in your database. You can't receive something that doesn't exist. Okay, so all those items, those profiles that are in there, if you happen to order something that's in there, all you got to do is scan it in. So I'll just say I scanned this, right, and it'll just show up. Now what it's showing me is how much you actually paid for it. You put the vendor in. This comes from PBS. You put the vendor in, and then you can change the quantity. And what it's doing is it's creating a voucher of all the items that came in on this shipment, right? So once you're finished, you hit save. If you save only, it doesn't print. You hit save and print. It actually prints the voucher out. This is what I've been doing. So all these vouchers.
Oh, goodness.
These are all the stuff that I received in. So what happens is you have these vouchers, and I don't do one long voucher because I'm like paranoid like that. Anything can happen. Computer can shut down. So, and when it's at this stage, it's not in your system. So if the power goes off right now, this stuff right here is lost, right? The way a way to save it is to put it on hold. So you can put stuff on hold, and then it says held vouchers. So you can put it on hold, come back to it, on hold it. It's still not in your inventory. But when you hit put on hold, it's like acting as saving. So if I put it on hold and then something happens, I can come back and it'll be there that I can unhold it. So these are all your receiving vouchers, and at the bottom has numbers. So basically what you do is you take this and you match it up against your invoice. So if you had a shipment come in, you have an invoice. And then once you receive this stuff in, you can look at your invoice and look at this to make sure
Right.
the prices are correct, right?
Right.
So this is all the stuff that was received over the past 2 days in the system. Again, save only, no voucher prints, save and print a voucher print. So I'm gonna cancel this so I don't mess with the inventory. So that's receiving items. If it's an item that is not in your database, you have to go to item list and you have to add. You cannot receive something that's not in your database. Got it? All right, so receiving is bringing in, and then of course, making a sale is stuff that's going out. So this is the screen you're gonna spend most of your time on, right? So this is where you're actually selling stuff. So let's just say I try to sell, I can go here, change this out, say 6. This is gonna tell me, you can't sell 6, you only have 1. And it's gonna ask you, do you wanna continue selling 6?
Okay.
If I say yes, then it's what it's saying is you're getting ready to put your inventory in the negative.
Right.
And now we'll have -5 because I sold more than I actually had, right? So this is it prevents you from messing up like that, okay? Now, if you're saying you do have 6, you may know why. You may know that, well, it may be, and this happens. Your store's open, people are shopping, shipments in, people are shopping around, but they're seeing boxes. Oh, you just got some stuff in? Yeah. Oh, let me get 6 of those. Well, you didn't get a chance to put them in the computer yet. So you know, well, I'm going to sell them. I'm not going to be like, no, wait. I got to put it in my computer. Come back tomorrow. No. Yes, you can buy it and let it go because you know then you'll adjust. Adjust it after the sale. The customer won't be privy to seeing this kind of stuff. That's just behind the scenes stuff that you're doing. You just give them the best experience. They buy it, they leave, and then you adjust that later. Okay? So if I say, okay, well, give me 1, then this is how it goes. All right, so right here as well, this is where you find your customers. Okay, so you have existing customer. So let's just say what we got, 59, 53 so far. Let's say I want to pick an employee discount. It's going to tell you, you're about to give them a 10% discount. Do you want to do that? You can say yes, you can say no. If you say yes, it'll change everything. It changes it down to the discount. If you say no, it'll have their name, but it wouldn't give them the discount. So if you're saying they're not deserving a discount, whatever I had to write them up this morning, they're not getting a discount, then you can do it without giving them the 10%. Okay? All right, and then here, of course, this is quick click. You can go here and change the quantity. You can even go ahead and change the price. But I can do that because I'm under system admin. An associate can't do that kind of stuff. And actually, an associate can't see half the stuff that we can see. Like the vendor, price, cost, a lot of stuff they can't see. So I'm not showing you like everything because, you have that access. All right, so let's just say someone's in here. They came to the register, 5357. They realized they left their bag in the car, their purse in the car. Someone's in line. You say, all right, you can go get it, no problem. You can put it on hold. It's going to log you out because it does that after every sale. And then, of course, you log back in for the next customer. You log back in, you got a fresh screen to move forward. You do the sale, they're done. Whew, I'm so glad I didn't leave my bag at work. It was actually in the car. And they got their purse, they come in. Okay, how much was it? You go to Hell Receipts, just like we can go to Hell Voucher. And now it's here, you can unhold it. And once you unhold it, you're back to the screen. And you can bring them up. Okay? So the hold feature as well, what it does is it allows you to hold receipts if you're running a tab. Okay? So like for me, now what have you experienced from BSI? I'm trying to think. Did you come to a conference?
I did not.
You did not. You're one of those rare breeds that didn't have to come to the conference and spy on us before becoming a Storebrand client. So you did it just off of being in Texas. That's interesting. And you know what? That's what a lot of our people do that in Texas. Something about you Texans. You don't have to come to the conference. Okay. So have you taken our online track, academy, anything like that?
No.
Okay. So do you remember me talking about backdoor sales? You had any classes of that?
I don't recall. I mean, I remember you saying something about, I'm guessing vendors. I don't remember. Like making a tab and then them coming back to pay for it.
Yes.
I
Yes. You remember that? Okay.
Partially,
so,
but not
so,
fully.
man, so you probably need some more classes because I explain the people they should have agreements with and accounts with. You hear me talk about oncologists? You hear me talk about that?
No.
Okay, so that's a big backdoor strategy. These are things that you don't have to wait for customers to come to your door. You have agreements with different businesses. So an oncologist, you know what an oncologist is? They deal with cancer patients, right? They do it with chemotherapy, radiation, loss of hair.
I remember you talking a little bit about that.
There's special wigs, cancer wigs, oncologist wigs that you can sell. And those patients would come here to get those wigs at $300-$400 a pop. Insurance pays for it. So you purchase those types of products. You have people that's coming that's not really here to shop for these items, but they're here to shop for specialty items. Another account that I had was funeral homes. So
That's what I was going to say.
the funeral homes, of course, the corpse, they need makeup. They gotta look pretty too, even on their way out, right? So they want makeup, eyeshadow, whatever the case is. They would buy them in bulk from you. At multiple accounts at funeral homes, and they would come and buy in bulk, and I would give them a credit, so they can just buy. And I started them off with a $500 credit. So go up to $500, and then you put it on hold. They come back, and they can keep getting stuff and leaving, and then you have the held receipt that you can print later to show them what they're, because they may ask you, what's my bill for the month? You go to the held receipts, you look for them, and you can say, well, I'm gonna print it, right? And you print your held receipt, and then this is what their total will be.
Okay.
They come in, again, it's the exact same thing. You unhold it, they pay for it, it's done. So you run an attack. Here's the danger. Items that are on hold, the whole concept of them getting the items and you're putting it on hold messes with your inventory because they're leaving the store with the products.
Right.
But your system is not telling you that the stuff is left. So your system is still accounting for those products in the store. Meanwhile, the products are gone. You don't have the money, you don't have the products, all you have is a held receipt.
Right.
Okay? The thing about the held receipt is I can come to this held receipt, highlight it, and delete it. And you saw what has happened?
Yeah, I deleted it.
But are you thinking what has happened? Your product's gone, and you don't have the money. And you also now have no record that someone owes you that money.
Okay.
The thing about the held receipt is it's not for everyone to be able to do that function.
Okay.
So that's where you gotta be careful. For some people that's working for you, you gotta make sure that you really trust them to have that function, or they don't have that feature at all. So someone may come in and want to do a held receipt, and that it's grayed out. They can't even put it on hold.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because that is something that, again, they can just make off with it.
Okay.
Got it? All right.
But are you deleting it after they've come and paid for it?
No, I'm saying that is someone who's being malicious.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I'm saying
No, I got it,
it's
yeah.
not something that
Right.
you should never delete
Right.
a held receipt.
Okay.
It's on hold.
Right.
Meaning that is the only record you have
Right.
that someone has taken products and owe you money.
Right.
Now, if you want to print your held receipts every night and have it in your office to make sure that you have a record of it, you can. But if you have someone that want to be deliberate,
Right. They'll delete it.
You
You
can
don't
have-
no record.
exactly,
Okay.
you can have $3,000-$4,000 worth of held receipts in here, and someone just go down the line and dig them out. Now you really have to hope that the people that took your stuff are honest
Come back.
and would pay for it, but that's a thing that can mess you up. Okay? All right, so making a sale here. So it's the same thing, 6 different ways: scan, type, whole 9, bam. Right? So let's just do a quick sale. All right, $232. Why is this? Not okay. Yeah, that's right. $232.72. They're paying cash. You say cash. You can say next dollar, which will be $233 if you just click that, exact amount, that's what they gave, or you can type in whatever they have. So let's say 250. You hit save, and then you say save only, save and print. I always do save and print because I like people to have a receipt,
Right.
just in case of anything, they have a receipt. So you say, you again put a whole feature. You say cancel, it stops it. You say save and print. Comes up, you give him 1728. You do that. Now this is where you would print. This question is asking you, do you want to print just one copy? You can print more than one copy. Do you want it to be a gift receipt, meaning it wouldn't show the price on the receipt if someone's buying it as a gift? Or you can say here, print it to a different printer. I have it defaulted where it comes here.
Okay.
So again, this is me just demonstrating, but you're gonna move through this so quickly because you don't have to change anything here really.
Right.
So you say print. What happens? The drawer is open. You give me 1728. Bam, get out of here. That's it, right?
Yeah.
Again, that's 6 different ways. All right. So let's do one more using credit. So you say you got this. Got this. All right. So it's a pesky license. A125 discount. So now discount's going down. Bam, they gave us credit card. Credit, once you hit credit, you stop. You do the credit card transaction first because you don't want it to log here until it's approved. So it's approved, you say it's a MasterCard. MasterCard came through. Save and print. Everything is just moving quickly this time, right? So you can touch screen or use the mouse, whichever one you want. Okay, based on your training, then you should be telling me right here you want email to the customer, never email to them, or you just say no, it's just helping you build your database.
Okay.
Based on the training, you should be able to tell me quickly what went differently on the credit card receipt. What went differently? She said she went to training, right?
I did,
We
right?
can-
What happened?
We can tell the people who skip class.
What do you mean? What went differently?
Something went differently. What went differently?
I'm looking.
No?
I just know. What happened? Yeah, she doesn't even know.
Yeah, but you
But
know
she-
why?
okay,
You
she
know
didn't
why?
train it.
Because I'm throwing you out by holding the receipt. It has nothing to do with the receipt. The cash drawer
That's
didn't
what I
open.
was gonna say, but you're
Yeah,
pointing
I know. I know.
I swear I was gonna say.
Yeah,
the
okay,
cash-
yeah, right,
I swear
okay,
I was
right.
gonna say you didn't
I'm
open
su-
the
I
drawer.
was gonna say that. Right. Yeah, of course. That's what you were gonna say.
I really was.
I'm sure. Right. Right. I just had you distracted
I
with the
know,
receipt.
you have me distracted.
The drawer didn't open.
Okay.
Because it's credit card. So when it's a credit card, there's no need for the drawer to open
Okay.
because you don't need the cash.
Right.
So what happens? You take the receipt, you stick it here, you put it on there, and it's under the drawer.
Okay.
That's what you do with a credit card receipt. So the drawer does not. You can't just open the drawer on your own unless you're logged in as a manager or not employee, manager or the owner.
Okay.
Okay, so you can come to this feature and just open the drawer if you want. This feature would not be here as an associate. So we could even have her log in and you see the difference on the screen. A lot of stuff will be grayed out
Okay.
that she won't be able to do. So credit card, that's what happened. So once the drawer is open, of course you have this key, you hold it in the back, of course, you don't want to keep it up here. This is where we need to take this stuff off.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, what if she didn't give them the right amount of change?
That's when you call the manager.
Okay.
Right? So you're calling the manager to come check that stuff out. And all your receipts will be under the drawer.
Okay.
All your credit card receipts. So that's what that is.
Okay.
Alright? So that's what happened differently.
I knew that.
Yeah, I know you know. I know. Okay. So that's making a sale. We're going to
Debit is going to be the same thing.
same thing. That's
Press
just
debit,
yeah, exactly.
the number.
And at the end of the day, and I'll show you the reports, how the reports look at the end of the day. I'll show you, it'll break everything down in cash, credit, the whole nine. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to do some practical exercises,
Okay.
making sales, to make sure that you got what I was saying, and you wasn't just about to say that. and then we'll reconvene and get into the last pieces of the training. Okay? Got it? All right, so I'm going shopping.